Barbara and George Bush, the longest married couple in presidential history, met at a dance in 1941. She was just 16 years old when she met her future husband, George H.W. Bush, and that was the beginning of an unforgettable romance. It all began in 1941. Barbara Pierce, a publisher's daughter from Rye, was 16 and George, a naval aviator in training, was 17. George saw Barbara, who was wearing a green and red holiday dress. He asked one of his friends to introduce them. The friend introduced them and band switched to a waltz. George described this unforgettable meeting in his autobiography. "I'm not much at recalling what people were, but that particular occasion stands out in my memory. Since I didn't waltz, we sat the dance out and several more after that, talking and getting to know each other. It was a storybook meeting." George said after dating for a year and a half, right before he was deployed to serve in World War II as a Navy pilot, George proposed her in August 1943. George also named his Navy planes, including a torpedo bomber, Barbara. In August 1943, they got engaged, and on January 6, 1945, the couple got married. "I married the first man I ever kissed. When I tell this to my children, they just about throw up," Barbara said. According to CBS News, the family moved to Texas after the birth of their first son, George W. Bush. The couple went on to have 5 more children together: Jeb, Pauline, Neil, Marvin, and Dorothy. George described Barbara as the mainstay of their family, the parent who was always there to help solve the daily problems and emergencies of teen and preteen life. Barbara once said that they are the 2 luckiest people in the world, and when all the dust is settled and all the crowds are gone, the things that matter are faith, family, and friends. "We have been inordinately blessed, and we know that." In the 1970s, Barbara went through depression. George was always there for her. "Night after night, George held me weeping in his arms while I tried to explain my feelings. I almost wonder why he didn't leave me," Barbara said. The couple served as President and First Lady from 1989 to 1993. John Sununu, the White House Chief of Staff under former President Bush, told People, "When we in the White House thought of them, we thought of them as a team." Although she didn't make her presence known in the White House, it was obvious to all of us that the president relied on her, listened to her advice, and considered her an important part of the process he went through on all the tough decisions. They were truly in love with each other since they first met. In a series of letters published in 1999, George wrote to her, "You have given me joy that few men know. I have climbed perhaps the highest mountain in the world, but even that cannot hold a candle to being Barbara's husband." After his beloved wife's passing, George gave his first public statement, "I always knew Barbara was the most beloved woman in the world, and in fact, I used to tease her that I had a complex about that fact. But the truth is the outpouring of love and friendship being directed at the enforcer is lifting us all up. We have faith she is heaven, and we know life will go on as she would have it. So cross the Bushes off your worry list. Like and share this video on Facebook and Twitter if you agree. Don't forget to support this channel by clicking on the donation link down below and subscribing so you never miss any of our trending reports. What do you think about this report? Scroll down to comment below. Now if you are seeking the latest trends in fashion, and electronics and gifts and more at the best prices, please feel free to visit www.atthismall.com. Once again, that is www.atthismall.com.